Before the night ends, I want to make this important video about like pretty much drugs or alcohol in general and how we use it in society. What we gotta realize is that the only place that these things have in our life always have the same purpose. And once you identify the purpose that it has in our life, then you can overcome it a lot more easily, right? There's two components to it. There's the component of what does it do within you, and then there is what is the role and the link that it has with society, right? So drugs and alcohol and all those things, when you think about it, really only have one purpose within, and it's to create confusion. When it gets rid of that clarity, when it creates that confusion around yourself, it can create emotions. It can create emotions that are soothing to whatever state you're in, and it gives you a break from the reality that you're experiencing, right? You experience reality at a certain level. You experience it in a certain way where it can be difficult, right? You have a sense of you and you have a visual of life, and it's so strong that you want to create a break, so you involve outside substances to get rid of that, right? Some people, the soothing feeling is positive. For some people, the soothing feeling is a negative feeling, right? That's the short story for how it works within. And one of how it works without is that sometimes we use these things, such as, the alcohol, the drugs, or the whatever, the consumption of these things, to try to create a link with the outside world. We have publicized and made it really popular that people consume these things and make a character out of them. You have celebrities which have made their whole status of being a celebrity based on the consumption of certain things, right? There are artists that you can think about that promote basically or use themselves drugs, right? And make it part of their image to the point where you start to believe that that makes them somebody. You start to believe that that is how to be seen in the world. And in a world where people struggle to be seen, to be understood, then it makes you feel like maybe that is an identity. Maybe that is a way to be understood in this world. And that is where the trap is that in reality, it doesn't make you anybody, right? It doesn't make you any more of a character. If anything, it dilutes who you really were at the price of that feeling, right? And so when you understand the two facets of it, when you understand that there is the outside part, and the outside part is that it creates the illusion of relationship, or the elusive relation with the outside world, if that's a word, if that makes sense. When you realize that that link isn't real, that is just the impression that you are somebody in the eyes of others at the end of the day. And when you realize that the only purpose that it has within you is to create a confusion where you get a break from reality, you understand that that feeling is not as hype. The hype is gone now, because for it to be hyped, there needs to be a certain level of misunderstanding about it, a certain level of lack of clarity, right? But now, if you see it really, and you really think that this is what, it's as simple as these things, right? Then the fog sort of dissipates, and it's a lot easier to let go of these things. But see, it's kind of funny because I was talking to somebody about this, but the nature itself of these concepts, once you overcome them in ideology, they become a lot easier to overcome in practice. So if you overcome the concept of drugs and alcohol, if you overcome them in idea and sit with these thoughts long enough and they make sense to you and you accept them and you change your ways afterwards, it's a lot easier than to try to just from one day to the other overcome them. Because now we have the root cause, we have the why, right? We have that there is a feeling that we're looking for, and we just realize that is not a sustainable way to do it, and so we look for something else. But it's to realize that this is the reality that we're dealing with when dealing with these things. And so yeah, that's just a video that I wanted to make, is that we have to find the problem now, right? And the solution is this: to sit with these ideas, to realize, what is the emotion I'm trying to fulfill now? What is the emotion I'm trying to evade now? What should I process with this? and you make a list of these things, and you realize, okay, well, to accomplish this emotional state, this is not sustainable. I can't keep doing this to try to achieve this feeling. So what can I do to replace it, right? And so then from there we have a better plan. So anyways, I just wanted to make this quick video to because I think it's a really important thing in today's time, today's age. So thank you for watching. See you.